Alright, so I just wanted to make a quick update video here on the 68 Fastback shell. Made a lot of progress with the main body, so I'm just going to take you around and show you what it looks like before I put the rear section on, meaning quarter panels, taillight panel, trunk lid, and fit all that stuff together. So I've done everything to get up to that point. I went ahead and made patches where I need to make patches other than the rockers, because I want to get the quarters on first before I finish patching the rockers. But I did the B pillars, I did the roof rail channel sections that needed patched, any patches or brackets that needed welded on for all the fold down seat brackets, and the GT brackets for the exhaust hangers, because they're double walled there. All that stuff, which I'll take you around here and show you, just so you can see where I'm at and what things look like. So everything at the front end is welded in, torque boxes are in. I made small patches at the front of the cowl side panels on both sides. Torque box gussets, rad support, everything's welded on. Everything on this side done the same way. Torque box in, gussets, patches. Some patches that I had to make at the front of the pillars here, back of the pillars. So what I did was just cut out that section. It was rusted out behind there. So I made a section in the back and then made that piece there. I was able to keep the outside edge. You can see where I drilled off the old parts of the quarter. I was able to keep that drip rail channel edge on both sides all the way around, so it made it really nice to patch those things. The roof is really nice, so I'm not going to do anything with that. Treated. Once I took off the remainder of my quarter panel that was left, I popped them off, wire wheeled all this bare metal down, and then coat it with Eastwood rust encapsulator. So everything that's going to get covered up here is sprayed with the rust encapsulator. I just have to spray these wheelhouses here. I'll spray this because I can't get to that section here once it's welded. B pillars are changed out, so I put my latches in, made sure they were set right and closed the way that they need to, and just basically lined them up for now. You can see I have probably like a 1/4 inch gap the whole way down, and that's movable on that B pillar in and out a slight bit, and you can hammer it whichever way you need to, just as long as your latching is set up right. So everything else around back, I went ahead and prepped all my panels a while, put holes where I needed to, and prepped surfaces, trunk corners. Everything's ready to start hanging this back metal. So I just figured I'd show you what everything looks like before that part of the puzzle goes together. The main body structure, inner skeleton of this car is extremely nice. So cleaned up really nice. Was able to treat it good because none of that stuff was coated from the factory. Now it's got some coats on it to help it last. Everything inside is done as far as the floors. All my brackets are in, where the fold down bolts onto, your rear seats that snap in, the exhaust hanger, extra brackets there for the GT cars and big block cars. So, rear quarters, I went ahead and prepped all this stuff, put my holes in wherever I needed that I'm going to fill all the way around. And there's some tweaking that you always have to do on these panels, which you'll figure out once you mock one up for the first time. Like if this is your first time, I would mock up your whole back end, run it together with self-tappers, which is what I still do. But that way you could take it back apart. You'll figure out things that you might have to bend or trim a couple corners here and there on these quarter panels to make them fit right. So you might, if it's your first time, you might take them on and off a couple times before they're set right. I know there's certain parts to trim and to bend now. It's just the little tricks of it that I can prep them and cut those sections and bend the pieces that I need to before I even put them on once. That way I can just put them on, fit it, and weld it, so the least amount of time spent into it any more as possible to keep it moving and to keep customers' bills low. That's the main goal. So yeah, I'm gonna start hanging the back end of this here. I'll show some more things here going forward, especially doing like door fender gaps. I gotta hang the front end, then I got a seam seal I'm gonna be primering. Much stuff to happen yet, but cruising on it pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with how everything's going. Just gonna line up this back end, hopefully that goes smooth, and that's about it. Thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next one.